So, pitch clock, everybody. Pitch clock. You don't see it on the broadcast. You see it when you go to a game. So, I'm told it's a different experience. I haven't been physically to a game yet.
I'm going tonight.
Okay, you'll let us know tomorrow if it's different when you're there. My concern, as you know, is that that Ohtani Trout matchup that lit up the Twitterverse and the sports world internationally to end the World Baseball Classic. Every single pitch in that sequence would have violated a pitch clock. And I want to see this thing play out. I want to see this thing being the drama play out. I want to see a game finish up filled with drama without wondering about a pitch clock.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So we asked the commissioner of baseball about it when he came on the show, and he said that it's a work in progress. Here's what Rob Manfred had to say.
The most important point, Rich,
yes.
and I want to make the big point, and I've said this to the players that I've met with. Our feet are not in stone with respect to the pitch clock. We want to see how it, we've seen it in we saw it in the minor leagues.
Yep.
We've seen it in spring training. We want to see it in regular season games, particularly in situations that are high leverage. And, I think we will talk about what should happen in those situations. And I think that certainly have the capacity to make adjustments on the fly during the course of the season. And again, I want to emphasize this. Mm-hmm. The core of the pitch clock is going to be the core of the pitch clock. It's these things around the edges to address unique situations or particular situations, maybe is the better word, during a game. We'll continue to, get input from players and talk about them.
So we found a new edge. The commissioner's saying that we're working the edges. Found a new edge. And an edge of the pitch clock is when a player comes back to an old haunt and is still beloved and gets an ovation. Cody Bellinger, Chicago Cub, in Dodger Stadium Friday night. Former MVP of the National League. Won a World Series with Los Angeles, and steps in to the batter's box, and the crowd noise builds and builds and builds, and there's a huge ovation, and he steps out. And guess what happened? He got called for a strike for a pitch clock violation, and it's like, are you kidding me?
Stupid.
Now, apparently, there is a process. I read this in the Los Angeles Times over the weekend. There is a process for Major League Baseball to clear a player for a pitch clock violation in advance under such circumstances. The Dodgers or the Cubs needed to call Major League Baseball and say, hey, Bellinger's playing tonight. Can you tell the umpires if he gets an ovation and he steps out of the box to not pop him for a pitch clock violation? And apparently the commissioner's office has to approve it. Apparently, according to this article, the Yankees did such a thing prior to their opening day game because they knew Judge would get showered with applause. His first game being a freshly re-signed Yankee for life, coming off of the Yankee season for the ages he had last year. So no pitch clock violation there. But because they didn't approve it, apparently Bellinger got popped. Or maybe the home plate umpire, Jim Wolf, should have just used the discretion we heard that's apparently available to him, as the commissioner just said, under certain circumstances. But he didn't. As a matter of fact, he popped him for a strike. And all I have to say is this. I understand there's a process, and I understand that some things can get messy as we're instituting something completely new. I get it, 100%. But hey, umps, if you don't want to be replaced by robots, don't act like one. All right? If you want to talk about how important you are, and you are, because there's a human element to umpiring and refereeing that would be missed if robots took over, and that you are the human element that is required to keep baseball as great as it is, then don't act like a complete robot. See what's going on, hear what's going on, and just wave your finger to say, keep the clock going, and get him in the batter's box. What the hell happened on Friday night is insane. And what, teams got to call the commissioner's office in advance? Expecting how fans may act or react? Come on.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's simple. You don't want to be replaced by a machine. Don't umpire like one. And then, of course, the Dodgers lose on Sunday. 3 called strikes in the 9th inning. Every last one of them outside the strike zone.
None of them in the box.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah. Now, so ump a little better. It's a tough job, I get it. But when you see a fan en masse, you see fans en masse do something like that with Cody Bellinger, just live in the moment. Will you please? That extra 15 seconds, we'll make it back. Come on, man. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.